Welcome to Doing Makeup, but for hooded eyes. I'm Peachy. Today we're jumping into this look, and I was inspired by this creator, but I'm gonna kind of incorporate the cold girl makeup with this. So we are doing eyes, we're doing my base, we are doing everything. Everything that I use in this video will be linked in the description below, so let's get into it. Okay, so I do normally do my brows first before I do anything else. I do have an in-depth brow tutorial. I'll link that somewhere over here if you want a more detailed version, but I'm just gonna do this brow really quickly. I like to use the NYX Brow Glue, the clear one, and the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in shade Espresso. Okay, now that the brows are done, I am going to use some tape to get that really sharp line, the shadow, and with the eyeliner that we're going to do. I'm going to use some washi tape. You can use Scotch tape. Now, when doing the tape trick on our hooded eyes, what I like to do first is place it underneath my bottom lashes and then go as straight out as you possibly can. And make sure your face is completely relaxed. I would highly recommend using an eyeshadow base. If you don't have one, you can use concealer, that's okay. I like to do concealer and setting powder on top just to kind of prevent creasing all the way through. That's what I found works for me. Or you can do concealer and just go straight in with the eyeshadow. I'm going to use a P. Louise Base Pro in shade Rumor 2. That's my favorite one. And then I'm going to go on top of that with just a little bit of translucent setting powder. I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Now that we have a good base down, I'm going to be using the Morphe M431 brush, and we are going to be using the Morphe Nyane Fierce Fairy Tale palette. And the first color I'm going to go in with is like a medium blue shade, not too dark. I don't have the same like kind of baby blue shade, and doing a darker shade first is also going to give us kind of a good depth to the colors. So I'm getting a good amount on the side of my brush, tapping off the excess, and we're going to just do some packing motions. I'm going to go on my outer corner first. Don't bring it in too far because we want to have the middle part be the brightest part of this look. Slightly bring it above this hood that I have. Same thing for our inner corner here. Only bring it to about right here. Slowly bring it above that hood just a little bit. And you kind of want to bring it in and out direction this way. Don't bring it down into your tear duct. Kind of bring it out like this so we can elongate the inside of our eye. Next, I'm going to use the same brush, but I'm going to clean off the brush in my shadow swap pan. If you don't have one of those, I'll link the one that I use down in the description. I just get one from Ulta Beauty, but it's really great because you can use the same brush, swirl it around in the pan, and it completely cleans the brush off so you can use another color. Now I'm going to dip into shade Eye Roll from the same palette. Now I'm going to start lightening up this color a little bit. I'm going to make sure that I'm hitting this darker blue on the edge here and also slightly below that so that we can keep the depth of the dark blue, but it's blending into the light, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to take a clean fluffy brush and start to soften up these shapes that we made. You want to avoid this middle area, so when you are blending with the fluffy brush, place your brush down and start flicking it out, and the inside just try and stay where you applied the color. Something that I discovered is taking a dry Q-tip if there's eyeshadow where I don't want it and kind of like pushing it in towards where I put the eyeshadow. I'll show you what I mean. Like in my inner corner here, I want to clean this up because it's a little too blown out towards my nose. I'm going to like roll my Q-tip into the color so that it's not a harsh line on the shadow. See, now it's kind of more where I want it. Now, is this the right way to do eyeshadow? Probably not, but this is the way I'm gonna do it, and I think it turned out fine. So I'm grabbing the Morphe V203 brush, and in the same palette, I'm going in with shade Silence, like kind of a medium to light beigey color, and I'm gonna place that underneath my brow. That's going to work as our transition shade for this brown that we're going to put on top. I don't want to switch palettes. I probably have a lighter brown somewhere in the same palette. I'm going to go in with shade Baby Bear, and when I get the color on the brush, I'm going to tap off the majority of it so it doesn't appear super dark. And I'm going to put a very little amount underneath my brow. Now I'm going to take a clean fluffy brush and go from the inside of my eye to the outside on that brown color we just made to soften it up. Now that that's blended out pretty well, at least I think, I'm not going to go in with a shadow for the middle because I don't have a very cool tone shimmer. So I'm actually going to go in with the ColourPop pressed highlighter in shade Cold One. I'm going to get some on my finger and place it in this middle portion that we left untouched. Now I'm going to take a clean fluffy brush, and from the blue, I'm going to start trying to blend that into the shimmer that we did. Because if you go from the shimmer into the blue, the shimmer is going to get too blown out, and you kind of want to keep it in that space, but you want to blend these edges at the same time. And I was kind of just adding a little bit more shimmer here and there just to make sure that it was even when my eye was open and when my eye was like this. Now I'm going to take a little bit more of the light blue on the first brush that we used because I still think my inner corner is a little bit too dark, so I'm going to brighten it up a little bit. I'm pretty happy with that. Now we can move on to the eyeliner. While I was editing, I realized that I did not hit record when I was doing the eyeliner. I recorded everything else but the eyeliner. So it's 2 days later, and I'm going to show you how I did the eyeliner in this look. You just need a pencil liner and some black eyeshadow. I'm using the NYX Epic Smoke Liner, and the black eyeshadow I'm grabbing from the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Primal Palette in shade Nocturnal. Keep your eyes and your face completely relaxed and go from your outer corner here and draw it down into the tape. Don't bring it in very far. This is just going to work as a base for the eyeshadow so that it will blend better. I'm going to put the liner down, and then I'm going to put black shadow on top of it, and I'm going to fade and blend that out with the e.l.f. small smudge brush. And something to note as well, since we're using the tape method, you want to make your wing a lot shorter than you would normally want it, because with blending it out, it's going to end up being a lot longer. All right, let's pull the tape off real quick, just for this demonstration. That's all there is to it. You could blend it out with like a smaller fluffy brush too if you wanted to fade it even further, but let's get back to the video. At least I noticed before I did the tape pull. So now that it's all blended out, let's pull this tape off and see how we did. Beautiful. I'm just going to take a Q-tip with some micellar water and clean up any product fallout and kind of like that sticky residue from the tape. Okay, now let's try to tackle this inner corner. Hear me out. I don't remember who I saw this from. I know I saw it on TikTok, but I tried it and it works so well. If you're not comfortable with liquid liners, this probably isn't going to work very well because it's not very forgiving. I'm using the Kiss Lash Glue Liner, but just for liner. It sucks for putting on lashes, but it is great for liner because it does not move, especially when you put eyeshadow over it. It's great for inner corners because it will literally stay on all day. So I'm going to be using that. But what I mean when I say that it's not forgiving is it's very hard to get off. So if you mess up, it kind of sucks. Like you have to be very careful when you use it because it's sticky. I'm going to do my very best to try and record this inner corner with my little handheld mirror here. Basically what I do for my inner corners is I just draw kind of down and out from my upper lash line and then connect it from my tear duct and my lower lash line, if that makes sense. Okay, that might be the best I could do for recording an inner corner. I have to be so close to my mirror to do it. And also, this might be weird, but this helps me, is when I grab my nose right here and flatten this and kind of draw out from there so that it doesn't keep getting caught on your skin. All right, now let's move on to my base makeup. So for base makeup, I kind of like to just go in with some micellar water. If I did my eyeshadow first, just to kind of get any fallout and just to clean up my skin as well. For skin prep, I haven't really found too many things that I like too much that sit well under makeup, but I'm going to be using the Glow Recipe Watermelon Dewdrops first, and then go in with the Good Molecules Lightweight Moisturizer. Let that sit on for about 5 minutes, and then I'm going to use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Now our face is nice and tacky with that primer. We're ready to go. I'm using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation. This is in shade 150. I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand and start applying it with my Morphe M707 brush. And then after I apply it with the brush, I'm just gonna go and blend out the rest with a damp beauty blender. I genuinely don't know if this is my right shade or not. I know it doesn't look like it because my under eyes are very dark. I more enjoy wearing skin tints, but I did want to try foundations, and I do really like this foundation. It's really pretty, but I think it's the right shade because like it matches my neck. So I don't know. Cold girl makeup is very much not chiseled and snatched, but I am going to warm up my face a little bit. I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in shade Toast just to warm up my face a little bit and give it some shape. Also, don't cover me. I don't usually put product on my forehead or contour my forehead for that matter because I have bangs, so you don't really see it anyway. But I am gonna put a little bit on my nose to give myself kind of like that button nose look. And using the Morphe M421 brush, I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Camo Color Corrector in shade Peach. Now I'm going to use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in shade Vanilla. I'm not going to do a cream blush. I don't have a dark enough shade in my cream blushes, so I'm just going to do that with a powder. So now I'm going to take the MAC Studio Fix Pressed Powder in shade NW20. I'm just going to go under my eyes and lightly pat around my face with just some like little powder puffs that I got off Amazon. Now I'm going to take the Morphe Brightening Pink Setting Powder with another powder puff, go underneath my eyes and anywhere else I need to. I usually use the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder for like underneath here, but I'm too lazy. Okay, I'm just gonna let this sit for like 2 or 3 minutes and then dust it off with a fluffy brush. I'm gonna use the Ofra Blush Charm. It's a little bit of a darker blush, but I'm going to place it first with it's the Beau Gatches Concealer Perfecting Brush. It's meant for concealer, but I think it works really well for placing blush. I've never used it for concealer. And just go across my nose. And then I'm going to blend that out with a bigger fluffy blush brush. And honestly, I'm gonna put that a lot on my cheeks too, kind of blow it out on my cheeks because that's what you're supposed to look chilly, you're supposed to look cold. I'm gonna bring that all the way up into my contour and then just really blend it out on my cheeks. I'm also gonna take a little bit of the ColourPop blush in shade Swirled. It's a bit lighter, kind of blend out this darker blush with that. I think I'm gonna put a little bit on my chin too. My face is supposed to be cold. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the same highlight that we used on our lids, the ColourPop in shade Cold one. Go up here on my cheekbones, of course. And then I'm gonna take the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in shade Milk and do a little highlight on my nose and then go on top of that with the same highlighter. Let's finish up these eyes. I'm gonna throw some lip gloss on after that, and then we're just about done. All we're gonna do to finish this off is put a very, very small amount of black eyeshadow on our lower lash line and make sure to really get close and get into where the roots of your lashes are because you don't want to blow it out too much. You could leave it like this if you want to, but just for the sake of making it like the picture, I'm gonna smoke out the bottom lash line. Oh, and I'm using the e.l.f. small smudge brush to do this too. Now I'm going to take my V203 brush. I cleaned it off so there's no product on it, and I'm just going to kind of blend it a bit. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the highlighter that we've used this entire time, shade Cold one, and I'm going to go on top of the black. And just for a final touch, I'm going to take a little bit of the lightest blue that we used and bring it underneath my inner corner wing that we did. Okay, I'm going to throw some mascara on this eye. I like to use the Tarte Tartelette Tubing Mascara. So I'm going to show you what this looks like with lashes and what it looks like without lashes. This is what we look like with lashes, and this is with just mascara. They're pretty both ways. I'm more of a lash girly. I don't remember what lashes these are, but I will figure out which ones they are and I'll link them in the description below. So let me put lashes on my other eye and I'll be back. For setting spray, I like the Too Faced Makeup Insurance. It works super well. I am very much a lip gloss girly, so I'm just using one of the Luxe glosses from ColourPop. This is in shade Bambi, and yeah, that's about it. I think I'm gonna put a little bit of that same highlighter on my Cupid's bow just to kind of add to the cold girl makeup effect, but I gotta go fix my bangs and I'll be right back. Do I look cold? Do I look frosty? I definitely always put my own little flair on things with the big eyelashes and everything, but I do really like how it turned out. I think it's a very pretty and Christmassy without it being like greens and reds all the time. It's kind of just like wintry and pretty. I don't know. I really like how it turned out and I hope you give it a try. Okay, anyways. Now, if you made it to the end of this video, congratulations, you are my favorite. If you're finding me through YouTube, I actually do shorter form tutorials over on TikTok and Instagram, so make sure to give me a follow over there. And as always, if this video was helpful to you and you enjoyed it, don't forget to give me a like and even hit subscribe. That would mean the absolute world to me. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.